Yo, what's the deal, y'all? Back for another edition of What's Really Good podcast. You know, it's been a crazy, crazy, crazy year. 2020 has been one of the worst years I've ever witnessed, just as far as these many different things going on at one time. You know what I'm saying? So we gonna get into some of these things that's going on lately. Got the fellas with me, got the crew with me, and we gotta dig into this, man. 2020 has been a horrible year, to say the least. And at the same time, you always got to be positive and see the light at the end of the tunnel. So we're going to look at the glasses half full, as tough as these times may feel. So let's bring in the fellas and let's start it off. Man, been hot. You know what I'm saying? The heat been tearing the nigga up. You know what I mean? Everything. What's up, Kayla? What's up, Kayla? What's the deal?
What's the deal? What's the deal?
Rob, what's the deal, man?
My niggas, what's good? Willow Jackson,
Yo,
what's happening?
Cat it. What's the deal, dog?
Good with it.
Chilling, man. Ken, what's going on, fam?
What's going down?
Man, we ready to get started, man, today. How everybody doing,
good,
man?
Baby.
We ain't been back in a minute, man. What's going on with everybody?
I know. We back. We had to touch on this, man. Too much
Man,
going on.
I'm glad to see everyone's faces, though. How's everyone doing? I'm glad to see everyone in here.
Gucci, man. Everything is good, man. Can't complain.
We still pushing in 2020, baby.
Yes, sir. We got to, man. But one foot ahead of the next one and go.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, man, just sports. So the NBA is talking about resuming July 31st. Now, we all ready for sports to be back, right? We all want to watch basketball. We all are lovers of the game of hoop. But at a time like right now, you got players like Kyrie Irving and Dwight Howard speaking up, talking about basketball shouldn't resume. I don't know if it's for the same reason, but it's Dwight is talking about with everything going down, we got to keep this momentum. We can't worry about sports. On the other hand, LeBron James is saying we got to play. And Patrick Beverley did release a tweet. I don't know. I think I took it as he was making a mockery of LeBron James. I don't think he was backing LeBron James. But I want to know what everybody think, man. What do y'all think? With the whole movement going on, don't you think the players can make a bigger statement by boycotting the season and maybe boycotting the game?
Can I ask you something, Ronnie?
Yes, sir.
What made you think it was because I've heard that too. I've heard niggas say that with Patrick Beverley, that was like a sneak diss.
Yes.
And I didn't catch the sneak diss.
You know what? I said it because their history. Pat Bev and LeBron have got into it. And not saying they're not cool off the court, but I know from a competitive standpoint, Pat Bev and LeBron have a little history. And, Pat Bev, he's a scrappy dude. He's a dude to try to get in your head. So I don't think he was backing LeBron on that. I could be wrong. That's just my opinion on that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Okay. So I just feel that, at a time like this, some players are thinking like, why don't we keep this momentum? The players, entertainers can make the biggest statement by boycotting and not doing anything and say, we got to fix this problem. We ain't doing shit, and make everybody lose money. Everybody lose money. Then millionaires, it becomes their problem. Black lives becomes everybody's problem then if everybody losing money. So what do y'all think about what's going on?
Let me touch on it first. So I was like you, Ronnie. I wanted the NBA back 100%, bro. I love the NBA. I don't watch no other sports. I don't watch baseball, football. All I watch is the NBA. So in the beginning, I was like you. I wanted the NBA back. F all that. But hearing that the players were willing to sit out, I think that's just big, dog. I think it's not just basketball players, though. I feel like if NFL players were to say, man, fuck this shit, we're going to sit out a season. The baseball players, black ones, were to say, fuck this shit, we'll sit out a season. So I'm all with sitting out the season, bro. I don't need basketball. I don't need basketball that bad where if it's putting what we're trying to get out of this in the back burner, then I'm okay with sitting out for basketball. But to play the devil's advocate too, it's not like the NBA has been shy of making a statement. You know what I'm saying? They were the ones that wore the I Cant Breathe. Kobe wore an I Cant Breathe shirt. LeBron wore. So it's not like they never advocated for us during games. But again, I feel like I get both sides of the picture. But I don't need the NBA back that bad, bro. Especially if they all have this mindset like, nah, we're going to chill it out. so the world can notice what's going on. I'm with that. Like, I don't need it that bad, bro. You already see I'm out here getting my jumpers up. So I don't need my hey, so I don't need it like that, bro. So that's where I'm at, bro. I don't need the NBA back like that. I would love to see it. I would love to see a Clippers Lakers, but I don't need it like that, bro. I'd rather see our message get across, and if they're feeling like, and it's going to take everybody not to play to get the message across. It's going to take niggas like LeBron, Kawhi, and them not to play to really get the message across. It don't help having Kyrie Irving, who's never going to play anyway, Dwight Howard, who's he's out his prime. Not, you know what I'm saying? It's going to take more than those players to sit out exactly for us to make a point. But if the All-Stars, the big wigs were to say, F that, we're not playing, I'm with it, nigga. I don't need it like that. So that's my opinion, bro.
Okay. That's what's up, Rob. Good looking on that. Ken, I'm curious to hear what you think about this.
I mean, it's something as simple as this. I mean, let's deal with the issue that we were dealing with prior. I mean, we could have killed two birds with one stone. If the NBA was sitting out due to COVID, we wouldn't even be having this conversation. And that's
real too.
That's real shit.
That's real too.
Damn, that's real
shit.
Damn.
My nigga dropped the mic with that one.
Hey, Ken dropped a bomb. Yeah. I'm gonna let you get on, but I gotta tell you that Ken just dropped a bomb right now. He did, man. What you think, dog?
Hey, I'm in agreement with y'all, man. I think they can sit out. Some of the players that I've been hearing saying, yo, let's play. What's his name? Temple or whatever. He talking about, yo, let's play and stuff like that, because he's talking about he needs some bread in his pocket, and it will go a lot further to help out Black Lives Matter and all this other stuff, where in my mind, I'm like, if that's the case, you already making money. Google already telling us that the lowest paid basketball player that plays a full season and sits on the bench is making $512,000 just sitting on the bench.
Mm-hmm. I thought it was 700,000, so that's still good too, though.
Yeah, so you still making money and everything like that, sitting on a bench. And way I took it is, I know we had a conversation a while back talking about, let's support more Black organizations, Black businesses, and everything like that, and not messing with the major corporations and stuff like that, and letting them fill it in their pocket. Well, the NBA, last time I checked, I don't know a lot of Black owners. A lot of Black owners in the NBA. So if the NBA comes back, who's going to benefit for it? It's not really us. I mean, the NBA players will, but the owners still benefit for it. It's not hitting their pockets. So let's hit them in their pocketbook as well, so then they can step up and use their white voice.
There you go. Boom. Good shit, y'all. Okay, I gotta hear from everybody on this one. What's up, man? What you got for me?
Have y'all ever seen Gladiator?
Oh, here we go.
Maximus Decimus. You guys, man, sometimes you guys miss the bigger picture. You have to be in the game to play the game. If you're not in the game, then you can't even check the scoreboard. It doesn't even matter. The NBA was on leave already. If they were boycotting, they would actually have to be playing games, have games scheduled already, and then say, hey, we're not going to show up to this game because of what's going on in America. Being already on hiatus from COVID, I don't see how not coming back would affect anybody but themselves. If you got to think about the CBA. If the CBA, the collective bargaining agreement, if the Players Association has already agreed on this plan, now you're going against the CBA. There's going to be repercussions to pay if the players don't show up. So once you guys agree to this plan for you guys to come back, to boycott it now would be detrimental to the future of the league. And to do
Ain't that what we want,
NBA,
though?
But hold on,
to do that to the NBA, which is the most progressive league that we have, then what do you expect from any other of the other leagues? So if the NBA can't lead the way in being the progressive league and still having games while participating in the protests and wearing shirts like that say "I Can't Breathe" like they did in the past, then what other model would the other leagues have to follow?
Hey, I got a question for you though.
Okay, we got two people that have questions. Okay.
I got a question for you though. With what you said of them coming back to the league, right? And them wearing a "I Can't Breathe" shirt. I remember LeBron James, Derrick Rose, and a couple others wore a "I Can't Breathe" shirt, right?
Kobe Bryant.
Kobe Bryant, they all wore that shirt. But what did it do? I mean, years later, now we got George Floyd dead for saying "I can't breathe." So them playing the game and wearing a shirt, obviously we know from history that didn't work out. So let's go with a different tactic of we ain't gonna play at all.
Yeah, fuck it. You want charges, nigga? We'll pay that little punk ass fee. Fuck it.
To rebuttal to that, you got to think of viewership. You got to think of how many people are receiving this message. The black community is a fifth of the broadcasting community. This is why we having riots in Europe and Italy, because they can watch the NBA and see what we're going through all the way in Europe, all the way in Asia, all the way in China.
Right.
It echoes outside of the USA.
So what's more of a what's more of a stance though? But what's more of a stance?
Just the black community.
But what's a bigger stance though? Can you imagine China and Spain?
We know what we're going through.
But let me tell you this.
It's
can you imagine
taking our message to people that's outside our community that typically wouldn't even receive that message.
But that's what
now
we're saying.
They're watching the NBA game.
No.
And now they're getting that message through an NBA game, which
you know it's a bigger message. No, you know it's a bigger message. Them turning on the TV and them having to cancel the game because no one fucking showed up. That's a bigger message, nigga. Wait, hold on. Ain't it supposed to be a game today? No, there's no game today. Okay, you take that hit, bro. These are multi-million. You know LeBron James. Wait, hold on. I'm still talking. Hold on, listen. These are multi-millionaires. You take that hit. These people are getting contracts from Nike. Wait, hold on. These people are not. First off, Kalen, wait. They're not getting the only contract from NBA. They have vitamin water contracts. They have Gatorade contracts. There's plenty of contracts.
Bullshit.
No,
you
it's
don't
not.
know what they're contractually obligated to do. So
you don't either.
To tell them to do something that might go against their contract and might have repercussions that we can't foresee.
Hey, but what about
you don't think we have
about the NBA?
So we can say whatever we want. But if we don't know what's in that fine print, then how can we tell them what to do?
First off,
hold on. You're talking about the NBA. You're talking about the NBA players in a contract and how it will devastate them in a way and everything like that. I get that. And how you're saying about it would send a message. Isn't the message being sent right now? Because there is no NBA going on right now. And you still have people in China. You still have people in Europe. You still have people out there protesting. They're already protesting.
If you listen to my argument, I started off with if the NBA was playing and they boycotted it. If the NBA is already suspended and you don't resume it, that's not boycotting it. That's
so if they do resume it,
that's something completely different from a boycott. A boycott, you have to be scheduled.
Yeah.
Can I say something?
Let's go, Ken.
Hold on.
Choose to not to resume the NBA season. That's not boycotting.
All right, Ken, let's do it.
Caleb, the whole thing, I get what you're saying, but listen, you're arguing semantics. Regardless if they had games scheduled and they don't play, or they take a stance to not resume with the NBA, it's still, both of them are still worth their weight in gold. Why are we arguing semantics? I just don't get. I mean, this really isn't even a conversation. I mean, the biggest protest is through demonstration, but silent demonstration. You don't go back on the court and play. You don't go back on the court with merch because, like Jaquetta just said, that means nothing. Those are optics. That's marketing. That's promotion. You understand what I'm saying? So, no. Silent demonstration, you don't go back and play the game.
That's what I'm. Before I move on to the next topic, that's what I'm on. I think this is a time to make history, to do something that's never been done. We protested.
Can I say one more thing, Ronnie?
Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead. No, go ahead. Get that out. Go ahead.
Because my train of thought was derailed. Mm-hmm. And the operative word is silent demonstration. Communication amongst us.
Right.
To get our internal affairs together.
Right.
But silent demonstration.
Right. Exactly. And I think it's going to take us to take advantage and make a huge statement. Something never done before. We already done protested, we marched, we wore shirts. That shit ain't done nothing. That's done nothing. So why not? Damn, the contracts in the league. Right. 90% of the players are black. It's not like in the NBA you can go get some fillers and go get another LeBron. And there are no fillers. If you lose LeBron, Curry, Kyrie, Kawhi, all the stars, your league is dead. Why don't these half a millionaires players start their own league? I don't understand what everybody is fucking scared of. And that's how I'm in on that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, that's the only.
Let's talk about the bigger picture. If you really want to be,
you gotta move on. Man. We ain't got. That's a whole new conversation.
Yeah, we gonna get back to we gonna get back to that
right now.
Hold on, Caleb.
It's about one thing.
Yes,
it's about one thing. This is why we can't start our own league. And what was the ball league ran into this broadcasting contracts.
No,
you're not going to get a bad example.
That's a bad example, Caleb. That's a bad example.
The bread is different. LeVar is not
contract, so you're not going to be able to be on the same scale as the NBA. Because you're not going to get the broadcasting contracts to even play the game.
Yes, they will.
You got the players
going up against.
You got the players.
You can make it. You can make some noise.
Hold on.
But as an independent label, you're never going to have the same resources as the Cowboys.
So you're telling me that broadcasters would rather go to an NBA with no LeBron, with no Kyrie, with all these scrubs, or would they want to broadcast a league with LeBron, Durant? Come on, it's a no. They about their paper.
It's like when the U.S.
exists, whether LeBron's in the league or not. If it's 5 years left in his contract, whether LeBron plays or not, I still need my contractual obligation. But what he's saying doesn't matter who's in the NBA.
What he's saying is
with LeBron. I made the contract in the NBA. Whether LeBron shows up or not, the NBA has to put forth
LeBron's not the only multi-millionaire.
But what he's saying is
Michael Jordan.
What he's saying is this.
There's multi-million dollar players who are out of the league.
It's not going to be able to get the broadcasting contract.
You're like
would have.
What he's saying is
they're going to kill the NBA.
Semantics.
What he's saying is this: when the NBA, when all the NBA players,
if you're not in the game, then what are you playing?
When the NBA players did not show up to the Olympics. When the NBA players did not show up to the Olympics, nobody watched the Olympics. When LeBron came back to the Olympics, that's when everybody was watching it again.
Okay, like I said. Like that's the last thing. That's the last thing, man.
You should say that was the last.
Without players, ain't no NBA, bro. Ain't no NBA without the players.
Ain't no
NBA without there.
Ain't no NBA without the black players. Let's keep it real. Let's keep it real. Ain't no NBA without the black players. Let's keep it real. But okay, moving on.
The contracts are already signed. The contracts.
Hey, nobody watched the Olympics. Nobody watched the Olympics when the good players weren't in there.
The contracts are signed.
Nobody watched the Olympics when the good players weren't in there.
Hey, should we make the whole episode of this? Because I got more to say.
Deal, and we 2 years into the 5-year deal, and you got 3 more years whether LeBron James show up or not. Is this the
topic we're staying on?
You got 3 more years whether LeBron show up or not. So figure it out.
I'll wait till Caleb.
The NBA can't figure it out. Where do you find another LeBron James? Where do you find another LeBron James? Where do you find another Steph Curry? Where do you find another Kawhi Leonard? Kyrie Irving, Kevin Durant.
It's the business.
It's the product.
People find another black
player. In America, everything is business.
People aren't watching that shit. I'm sorry.
A city
Can I
is
say
a corporation. A city is a corporation. Everything in America is a corporation. You have to be corporate thugging. If you ain't corporate thugging, then you outside looking in.
Sorry.
Hey, do you want to play the game, or do you want to start your own league?
Starting your own league is doing that.
That's thugging right there.
That's thugging.
What's going on? Y'all didn't get beat, so now y'all want to take your ball and go home. That ain't gonna do shit.
No,
Yeah,
we
right.
don't want to take our
Hey,
ball
Caleb,
and go home.
hey,
We want
Caleb,
to
I
take
got a
our
question
ball
for you
and
though.
build another
Let's
park,
roll.
nigga.
Come on.
We gonna roll to the
Caleb, I
next
got a
one.
quick
What?
question though for
We
you.
gotta roll to the next one, man.
subject.
Okay.
All right,
Okay.
man. So Juneteenth versus 4th of July. Why are niggas still celebrating 4th of July? Like,
I have
this
no
is
idea.
where we already struggle as black people. We can't come to agreement on anything. It's like the 4th of July, everybody knows that when that war was fought and they won their independence, that black people were not free. We were still slaves. Therefore, that is not Independence Day for black people. So my question is, what's taking us so long to get out of tradition, stop caring about tradition, stop caring about certain things about the day? Me, myself, I've made excuses myself in the past. Oh, it's tradition, or you get to be with your family, or you get to see this, or you get to see all those excuses, man. We got to.
Let me say this, though.
Juneteenth is our Independence Day.
Hey, let me
So,
say
Rob,
this.
you going to go first?
Yes, sir. I do agree with everything you said. But for some reason, I'm feeling like this year will be a lot different, bro. I've been invited to so many Juneteenth parties, bro. And like, it's 4th of July. I'm genuinely excited. I'm getting dressed up, bro. I'm going to go to, there's one at the park, bro. There's family members doing. So I do agree. It took us a long time to really realize, like, we need to start celebrating our shit. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, I hate better late than never, man. And I feel like this year, with so much going on, I feel like we're going to influence a lot of more people to start celebrating this with us too. So I do, bro. This year, I've never been invited to a Juneteenth party in my life, never. Wow. And I've been invited to like 4 or 5 this year, easy, bro. So that's, I think it should. Hopefully this keeps up. I know they haven't been broadcasting a lot of the protests since lately, but hopefully we keep this up, dog. But it's been looking on the boom this year, bro. But, you know, that's what I got to say about it.
That's right. That's what's up. That's what's up. Caleb, what about you, man? What you think about the 4th of July versus Juneteenth?
We never should have celebrated 4th of July in the first place. I think that any holiday where you don't get to go to work and get paid, black people celebrate no matter what it is. You know, I don't think we even really ever celebrated 4th of July. I think we just celebrated being off and
get paid
for it. You know what I'm saying? So, to be honest with you, are we really stopping from celebrating 4th of July? Because even though we do shit on that day, I never ever in my life considered it a celebration for America. Because I never fucking celebrated America.
But when you participate in everything, you are celebrating with them. So that's the whole point. Is I understand taking a day off.
Not really.
But we can have our celebration on Juneteenth, and furthermore, buy our stuff and products from all black businesses. So go get your food and your meat, your barbecue from black grocery stores and black businesses. But Ken, I want to know your thoughts on the 4th of July versus Juneteenth.
Well, I mean, it all starts from school curriculum. I think all of us can attest to the fact that around 4th of July, when the history teachers were teaching it, they gave us copies to the Declaration of Independence, right? Mm-hmm. But they never gave us the speech to "What to the Slave is 4th of July" by Frederick Douglass. Right?
Mm-hmm.
We all know.
Classic.
We all know. We all know the optics. They kill black people with optics, colors, red, white, and blue, patriotism, barbecue, hamburger, hot dog, family, the land of the free. So what they've done is they psyched us out basically to kind of compare, like, okay, well, you guys aren't in slavery. You guys are able to come celebrate with us, but that's not true. We were still enslaved. And the liberation that some of the black people got in the North, it was still very, very, very restricted. When the black people down south, I mean, they were still going through grave racial inequality. But we're here in America, right? So what do? Do we just continue to educate our people? Because what to a slave is 4th of July. They're not going to teach that in curriculum. It starts from curriculum. And we're forced to do what? Send our kids to school. And we can always educate them off record, but come on, man, how many of us do that? I mean, I'm an active dad. I'm not sitting down in the books with my daughter every day like that. You understand what I'm saying? She gets most of her curriculum from school.
From school.
So where's the balance? I mean, it's a. Oh man, it's loaded. But that's all I got, man.
Yeah, that's a good point. But
That's a great point.
I believe we have to do that though. We have to start giving more curriculum from us because they're not teaching our history. They're not teaching. You don't hear shit about UEP Newton, Black Wall Street Massacre. You don't hear shit about that in school. So we have to start. But that's
later on, Ronnie. I'm talking about in a retrospect. Like
for sure. Prior to that, I'm just saying, just going forward. I'm saying going forward, that's something that we can start doing more. And I do that with my kids. My kids get tired of hearing about the Black histories. They're like, Dad, here we go with this Black Power stuff. But no, I really be teaching them. And me and my sister, we be teaching them. So yeah, I want to hear your thoughts on it, bro. What you got,
man?
Can I ask you one question before y'all get it go?
Yep.
Hey, Ronnie, you say you teach them Black Power. Do you teach them white power?
Huh?
Do you?
I know. Okay, I get what you're saying now. I do. My kids know what white privilege is. They know everything that's going on with the power. With the power as far as the balance of power with white and black. They know all that. They get all that. So yeah, I do. I'll teach them about that.
I wasn't good at history in school, so I ain't good at history now. But the little knowledge that I do have, I know the 4th of July is supposedly for the Declaration of Independence, which the Declaration of Independence, I don't know the whole thing, but I heard that it's for pretty much us being able to pick who we want as president and all that other stuff and not be under a dictatorship, right? And that came before Juneteenth, right? The way I look at it is, hey, I celebrate both because Juneteenth is when if I was back in the day, that's when I got released. That's when I was a supposedly free man, right? So what that also means is now, since I'm a free man, now I can participate with the Declaration of Independence and use my rights, just like I have when I voted for Obama and stuff like that. I was able to use a part of the Declaration of Independence because I am a free man because of the Juneteenth. So if Juneteenth set me free and I'm able to use this, I'm going to celebrate both. That's my outlook.
There is nothing cool about being on both sides of the fence. There is no way you could be on both sides of the fence. Do that, man. If you're gonna be man, you can't be a brother talking about I'm on both sides. What the?
Hey, so you don't vote? You don't vote? You don't vote?
Do I vote?
Yeah.
I didn't vote. I voted once just to vote because the whole Obama thing. This is before I start getting deep into what I believe in right now. But I don't even believe in the whole voting thing. If you asking me, I don't believe.
I'm not saying that the voting. I'm not saying it's not rigged and stuff like that because
I don't believe in that. You got your Donald Trump lost the popular vote last time, but he won the presidency.
Putting one in the air.
Exactly. I'm not saying that it's rigged. It's not rigged or anything like that. But I'm thinking
what's not rigged?
But I'm saying that it's not. I'm not saying that it's not rigged.
What's not rigged? Okay.
The voting.
Hey, I'm just saying sometimes it could be rigged. Donald Trump could have won. I don't know. I'm just getting into the politics side of things and gaining knowledge on things. So excuse me if I don't know everything. I'm not saying I know everything. Like I said in the beginning, I don't even know history like that. But what I'm saying is, what came in my head was, well, when I voted for Obama, technically I, in a way, participated in the Declaration of Independence. So that's a part of my rights now because of the bigger thing, which is Juneteenth, my independence. So for me,
so
I'm not saying that I'm not knocking if I don't think that a black person should not celebrate Juneteenth and you celebrate on 4th of July. You can't do that because Juneteenth is the reason why you have the right to participate in 4th of July because of the Declaration of Independence. What I read is the Declaration of July is for the Declaration of Independence.
So what did 4th of July do for you as a black man? Not a damn thing because you weren't a human being. You weren't even viewed as a human being.
The 4th of July,
it didn't apply to us.
July, if you look, what I have looked at, like I said, what I have looked up says when you look up 4th of July, it says 4th of July is based upon the Declaration of Independence. So technically, if that is the case of what there's, I'm just saying what I read. If I'm going off of what I read, so what if now if you got more information for me?
We were free from
Cool.
the United States. Of course, what you're saying is partly true, but go ahead.
So what I'm saying is what I read. If it's based upon 4th, I'm not saying all of 4th of July is based upon the Declaration of Independence. If it is, for me, if I'm going off of the Declaration of Independence, Juneteenth gave me the right to use the Declaration of Independence. So what has July 4th done for me? I am able to vote as a black man in America.
Okay. Interesting take.
Well, I don't even know if we should even be celebrating Juneteenth because technically we weren't granted our independence. We were granted second-class citizenship. We're the only people in the whole world that's ever second class, not even first class. There's no such thing as second-class citizenship, but with black people in America. So on Juneteenth, we were granted second-class citizenship. So I don't even know if we should be celebrating Juneteenth because why are we celebrating second-class citizenship?
Yeah, and Caleb, I'm not gonna lie.
You know what,
bro?
Can I? You know what? The whole thing, Caleb. I'm gonna piggyback off of what you said. I mean, just the fact that we just had to witness social injustice. We just had to witness police brutality.
Hanging.
I got a bigger question. I got a bigger hangings. I got a bigger question for y'all. Should we be celebrating any type of independence here in America?
No. Now that you put it like that.
No, I'm a black man.
Can we move on? Can we move on then?
Let's even move on now.
Drop the mic on that.
Let's go.
I'm about to play a little devil's. I'm about to play a little advocate.
Don't.
I'm saying I have some independence. You can't say I don't have no independence.
What?
No, you can't say that you do.
Yeah, you have.
Stop,
I can't. I don't work at the job. I don't work at the job I decided to work for.
No.
You don't work at the job you decided to work for.
I didn't apply for the job. I didn't apply for the job. So the man told me what job I need to work for.
Yeah, you get it. What you really want to do is what you're doing right now, my nigga. Not what you signed on the application, not what you're obligated to do. No,
what you want to do is what you do on your Instagram, bro.
But that's me using my independence.
No, it's not.
Doesn't matter how I use my independence.
Even as men of color, we're still under restrictions. Even though it's not a 9 to 5.
Providing for my family because
no, sir, that's
what
not
I'm
what we
doing
saying
right now on my Instagram ain't paying my bills.
You can't look up.
This is crazy.
You know what?
He doing shit for shock
value. Look at the difference between freedom and liberty. We were granted liberty in America through second-class citizenship. We were not granted freedom, therefore we were not granted independence. We are not free. We're granted to liberty, which is access to freedoms.
You know what?
Look, access to the freedom of the white man to vote for his system.
This is crazy.
You right, but look, no, this is what we gonna do. And I think everybody gonna agree with this.
Wow.
He already said earlier, I wasn't good at history then, and I'm not good now.
Then he shouldn't have talked about it. He should have left it alone.
A black man, I'm gonna tell you, go study our history, bro. Please go study our history. You need to educate yourself on our history so you can stop talking like that. Once you find out what really happened,
I'm just saying, you can't say you don't have. I don't have independent.
Listen, no, hear me out. Hold on. Hear me out.
You gotta move on.
We're gonna move on after this. Just hear me out. I guarantee you, once you go educate yourself on a lot of the shit about our history, it's gonna change the way you think, and that's all I'm gonna say. We move on.
I'm independent here, but I'm not independent. Got it.
Donald Trump holding a rally on our beloved Juneteenth in Tulsa. Tulsa, y'all know, Tulsa is where the massacre occurred in 1921, 99 years ago, almost to the day.
Black Wall Street.
The destruction of Black Wall Street happened in Tulsa 99 years ago, and Donald Trump is holding a rally on Juneteenth in Tulsa. Caleb, what's up with your mans, man? Come on, man.
Man, Trump is a crazy motherfucker, man. Now, one thing, like, I didn't believe his law and order speech when he talked about that. If you really dissected it, what he was really talking about was Antifa. And if you're not familiar with Antifa, it's kind of like a militant underground group that's funded by George Soros, which is the same dude that's funding Black Lives Matter. And what Antifa is what Trump was saying is that Antifa's out basically being the antagonizers and the ones that's rioting and lighting shit on fire. So when you see videos of people trying to give black people bricks or setting up riot gear and the ones like breaking in and doing all the rioting, it's Donald Trump blaming that on a group that's funded by the Democrats called Antifa. And if you look up his law and order speech, I've been doing a lot of research on that because there's a 6-block zone in Seattle called the Autonomous Zone. And if you look where that Black Lives Matter is painted on the ground, that's within the 6-block radius of the Autonomous Zone. And they're saying that no police or military forces are there. It's completely run by the people. But when you see videos, they opened up City Hall and let them in. I'm seeing different bloggers and reporters go through the Autonomous Zone, and it's nothing like what CNN is reporting. So there is it's a slippery slope what's going on out there, man. So with Trump doing this on Juneteenth, I don't agree with the date, and why are you doing it in Tulsa? He's obviously got something planned. So let's see what he says in this address. But when you look up what the Democrats are doing also, man, Antifa is something that's real. We all seen these damn stage riots and people setting up piles of bricks, and we're wondering, like, what is that and where's that coming from? And to me, Antifa is the answer to that piece of the puzzle.
Not the police.
So there is like a third party in the middle of what's going on, trying to stir up the madness.
Not the police. Police ain't trying to stir up the madness.
No, the police. I'm not saying. I'm saying antagonizers.
You don't think police are not antagonizers?
You know what I'm saying? It's already happening.
Police are antagonizers.
We're escalating.
Police
they're
are not
escalating.
antagonizers. So are police?
No, they are.
So then,
I'm not making any excuses. I'm just adding a variable to the scenario.
And my question, Okay, so my question to you, Caleb.
Actors and antagonizers out there.
So my question,
put out there, to get paid to riot. They're getting paid to go out there and riot, and this is why you're seeing a lot of white people.
Right. Caleb, so let me ask you a question.
Atlanta, the Atlanta police chief said that they arrested 150 people, and out of 150 people, over 130 of them were from out of state, and that they're clearly not from here. And this was in the Atlanta riots when all this shit popped off. Out of 150 or 130 of them aren't from the state. The majority of them are white. There's a different variable going on that we actually can shed light on. And it's Antifa.
Man, okay, with all that being said, which was a lot, let's say I agree with everything you're saying. Who is antagonizing Antifa to make your first appearance in Tulsa? And what do you think Tifa will do in Tulsa, Oklahoma, what do you think what is he painting? That's what I'm saying. You're saying all this to say what? He is still the antagonizer.
I'm saying
you're 100%
I'm saying I think that Trump is going to try to be pro-black. And this is why he's going to Tulsa, and he's going to try to give a pro-black speech to try to get black people on his side. That's what I think his plan is. Because if that's not the plan, he's not going to go in the middle of social unrest. You're not going to go to this black historic place and say something anti-black. I don't believe that you're trying to set the world on fire like that.
You're antagonizing. Why
hold on, Rob.
Try to make a
go, bro. That's the problem. You don't get it. You have to read the room. You do not go to something like that. You don't do that, though. You keep trying to make excuses for this man. At the end of the day, it's reading the room. You see people are being
I'm not making an excuse.
It sounds like it. You gave me this hour conversation about Antifa,
so
and at the end of the day, we're talking about
insinuating something that we have no
clue about. I'm not trying to hear all that. Go ahead, Ken. I apologize. Ken. I'm going to hit this blunt, and I'm going to shut up because I apologize.
It's a plan to come out with your first Trump rally in the last year, your first Trump rally in the last year, and you choose that location on that date. It's something behind it. It's no coincidence.
Well, Caleb, it's not even. It's not for me. I'm gonna speak for myself. It's not even that deep. It's a simple bait and switch. That's what he does. He's doing something simple for attention. Oh, I'm gonna bait everybody back in because. This is Trump speaking in quotations. I'm going to bait everybody back in because they already think I'm a racist, right? But then I'm going to have a revelation because I want to win the next election. So I want to show growth. Because if this was back in the day, pretty sure he wanted. If this was a one election, like you can serve 2 terms. If this was just one election, he would have went out with a bang, being exactly who he is. But because he wants to serve 2, he has to continue to be who he is. And then in smoke and mirrors, he switches at the last minute to try to persuade votes. It's simple. It's people, and I'm not just saying you, but a lot of people try to analyze him. I mean, he's a narcissist. He's a bigot. And moreover, he's human. That's all I got.
Great point.
Wow.
Actually, I got one more point. I'm sorry. And sorry, Jaquette. Every time, I know this seems intentional, but every time they go to you, I apologize. No, I'm serious. It's like it's an inopportune time. But and another thing, we talk about Trump too much.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Let's just stop.
I wholeheartedly agree.
So here's the thing. We all know in America, the political game is not a game for us to play. It's a game for us to understand. Because there's no way, and I say this a lot, there's no way that an infrastructure is going to be built up, and then that person who built the infrastructure, other people are going to benefit from it before they do. It just doesn't make any sense. This world was industrialized from us being way in the backseat as spectators, but obviously we put in the work and we built up America, right? The political game is not for us to play. The political game is for us to study.
For sure. Yeah, what you got?
Dude, all I gotta say is like how he said, we talk about Trump way too much. At the end of the day, a duck quacks, a lion roars, and a dog barks. Like, you already know what he's going to do. This is what he does.
Believe him.
This is a part of what he does. At the end of the day, too, the man is a businessman, so he's going to be thinking of ways to market himself. This is what he does. So that's all I gotta say about that. This is what he does. But I did hear that he did change the date. I don't know if that's true or not.
He did to the 20th. The next day, which is a slap in the face, and that's what I was going to.
Because that's the day of, or I don't know.
So no. He just changed it to the day because that was the next convenient day. But it was a bait and switch. He likes attention. We're talking about some stuff that we shouldn't even be talked about because, again, we shouldn't even be celebrating Juneteenth in theory. The man is a mastermind. We keep letting these white folks trick. Well, I'm not going to say we, because look, each day I get smarter and they trick me less and less and less. And the less they trick me, the more I beef with black people. We're just going to leave. And I'm really done with that, though.
You just got to.
Think about that. Think about that. The less they trick me, the more I beef with black people.
That the white people gave me.
All I'm saying is the man at the end of the day is a businessman. He thinks with a business mindset. So what he's going to do is all we're doing is giving him free market.
What you say, Caleb? I didn't hear Caleb.
I said black nationalism is the only answer. Until we actually hone into that and actually structure that and actually figure out what that actually means to black people. But black nationalism is the answer to all our questions.
And equity, economic equity, for sure.
And we are far away from both of those.
That's not true.
So we're way too divided as black people.
We're one decision away. We have
exactly.
We're far, and that's far. We're far.
No, it's not, Ronnie.
So why haven't nothing
circulating the black dollar?
Hey, let Ronnie say that. Go ahead, Ronnie. Go ahead, Ronnie.
We're just not circulating the black community.
We are far away from that because we are too. First of all, you talking about circulating the black dollar. How the hell are we gonna circulate the black dollar when we do? We all know this. We do not know how to keep our money within our own community at all. Niggas will go to you for the same service and complain about the price all day, but will gladly go to all these high-end stores and spend that high-ass ticket for that little bullshit-ass purse. So come on, like we are so divided with shit. We are black people been arguing more with each other during
deep
this whole
into contracts, even our celebrities.
Than just
deep
agreeing
into
with each other. Like we are so split. A lot of us think too opposite.
Why are we talking about that now? We should be talking about that amongst ourselves.
It's true, though. We should be, but it's true.
I'm not saying you're lying.
It's true.
You're telling the truth, but you can tell the truth amongst ourselves.
Yeah, but I get what you're saying.
We're leaking stuff out.
We're leaking stuff out, but we're not leaking no information that they don't already know. We're just letting them know that we're aware of it. They know it.
No.
They know it. They know it.
So then why are we talking about it?
They know it. We're not talking. We brought this up. This wasn't even a topic. I'm just saying we're too divided for that. That's what I was saying. We're too divided. That's all.
Okay, but if you feel that way, how come we don't talk about? I'm not saying I agree or disagree with you, but how come we're not talking about that amongst ourselves? They want this conversation. They want this.
They can't do nothing with this conversation. Us knowing that we're divided.
They can do plenty because they can say, well, you know what? I was listening, and you know what? I feel the same way Ronnie feels.
Can I ask you something? What do you feel like we don't talk about amongst ourselves? What did Ronnie just say that he's never communicated to you on a one-on-one? You know what I'm saying?
No, he's communicated
I
everything.
think what Ken is saying is don't say nothing. I think Ken is saying, like, don't bring up stuff that you talk in the dark about, because you're letting them know what you're doing. Don't let them know your next step.
And see, Ronnie,
we can talk about all this amongst ourselves.
What Ronnie's saying is they know our next step.
They know that.
But that's not the point. So, okay, Rob. Okay. So if they know that,
Rob. Again, like the
Rob
said, I'm just playing devil's advocate.
Rob, wait. Hold on, Rob. In fact, they don't know our next step because we need to get together collectively to talk about our next step. They know our next step from us talking about it, how we're talking about it now.
They know our next step by our actions. They're looking at our history and how we act.
Ronnie, they know our semantics. All I'm going to do is agree with you again.
They know our next step. They know we want to bring back the NBA.
All right. So,
hey, you see what I'm at with it.
So look,
if they need a fill in.
We're going to talk about reparations for a minute. Now, everybody talked about reparations growing up, 40 acres and a mule, all that stuff. But I just realized a couple of years ago that people of African-American descent are the only oppressed group that's been through something major that has not received reparations.
That's crazy.
I want to know, of course, we already know why is that, but do y'all think it's a chance ever that will happen in the Black community in America?
No, and I'm going to tell
Never.
you why. You know why that would never happen? Because that'll be the quintessential mark to where they're admitting guilt.
You have to admit
that they
wrong.
fucked up. We fucked
They're never
up.
going to do that. And you know, and another thing too, from a more economical tier, if they do that, and if they do that, and we're able to unify actually, then that's too much of the black dollar circulating. You close the gap, the margin closes on us chasing equality. Man, come on, man. They can't fathom the thought of that. Are you serious? Just with our natural abilities alone. Just our ability to quote unquote not get along, which there's some truth to that, but I gotta put it in quotations because I'm a firm believer that numbers are skewed. Even within that, I mean, we still prevail. I mean, we still thrive. Hell no. Are you serious? Economic growth and then with knowledge with it?
Right.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
Right.
Really?
That'd be crazy, bro.
We would have hospitals, banks. They know that.
They gave us second-class citizenship because they wanted to make sure we never caught them.
Exactly. What?
Right.
With second-class
Come on,
citizens
Ronnie.
because they never wanted us to catch them. They refused.
They don't want us to even get close. If we get close,
our citizenship can't even be equal.
I look for this all the time when I'm dealing with when I'm like, come on, just give me this. They want to go. They want to put me right up under here because they know I'm a problem, right? They know what's coming. They know you a problem. They know Kayla's a problem. They know Yaja Ket is a problem. They know Rob is a problem. They know it.
But see, bro, what sucks is I always say this: we're so forgiving, bro. Like, it's not like we'll put him on the back burner, bro. Like, we're a forgiving race, dog. Like, I don't know, you know what I'm saying? Like, shit like that throws me off, dog. Because it's like, look at us now, bro. I feel like we're the only niggas who are so forgiving. Like, if there's someone of the other race who comes into our culture, bro, we're always open arms, dog. You don't see that in these other cultures and anything, dog. It's not like the NHL or NASCAR are just so open arms to even the
not at all,
whatever, you know,
especially
what I'm saying?
NASCAR.
Well, we love it. I'll never do this and play devil's advocate. It's not really playing devil's advocate, but it's another perspective. I was listening to one of my favorite songs by J. Cole. It's called High for Hours. And in the third verse, he talks about this. He talks about the abused becoming the abuser. And he said, you know what power does to man. So, you know, he said, when you talk about the revolution, I hear what you're saying, but, you know, what good are we going to do if we're going to repeat the same shit? So if we do become that, will we become the oppressor?
No, I'm telling you, we wouldn't.
But
I don't even want that question.
We're men, right?
If you really pay attention to that, though, that's the white man's history.
Exactly.
If you're referring to that, Roddy, you're referring to the white man's history. It's the white man's inability to overthrow itself.
Right.
That's not our history. That's not.
We don't get out like that. Basically, what you're saying.
If you know that history, no. That's not us. White people have. They conquered themselves before they conquered us.
That's a J. Cole. That's a J. Hold on. That's a J. Cole excerpt. J. Cole said that.
I was paraphrasing, but he was basically talking about how he was having high thoughts and saying how talking about the revolution and all this stuff. He was just wondering, like, human nature for a man to do that. He was asking, so he was just trying to say, "Oh, I'm."
Why would he even? I'm gonna go back and listen because if he asked that question, I'm done with him.
Listen to the song.
That's a dumbass question.
Listen to the song. Just listen to the song.
That's fair.
If you get into the verse, though, he kicked the verse because
can you read it? Can you read the verse? Pull up the verse.
Let's pull up the verse.
Pull up the verse.
I mean,
somebody pull up the verse.
I'll pull it up.
Osama got killed. Pull it up.
Yeah, please.
But he starts the verse off talking about he sees two white ladies or something in the store.
No, he's pulling it up, Caleb.
That they found out that what? Ronnie's pulling it up right now.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So you want me to just go to the third verse?
Go straight to the third verse. Go straight to what you're talking about.
Okay.
Verse.
I haven't heard it. Okay.
So it goes. Here's a thought from a revolutionary heart.
The end of the song is what you quoted.
Okay.
Hold on. Okay, here we go. Think about this shit second. For you heard the way the children abuse. Think about this shit for a second. You heard the way the children in abusive households grow up knocking girlfriends out cold. That's called a cycle. Abuse becomes the abuser, and that's just how life goes. So understand. Look at the power, but you know what power does to man. Corruption always leads us to the same shit again. So when you talk about revolution, dog, I hear just what you're saying.
Keep going.
What good is taking over when we know what you're going to do? The only real revolution happens right inside of you. What good is taking over when you know what we're going to do? The only real revolution happens right inside of you, nigga.
Happens right inside of you.
I don't even know what the fuck that means.
You have to listen to the full song to understand his third verse. That's what I was saying.
Yeah, that's fair.
You know, he kicked game, man. He kicked game in the song. Like, I feel you. When I first heard it, I was like, wait, what's this nigga talking about?
I get what game is. I'm going to listen to the whole song to be fair.
You got to listen to the whole song,
that's
bro.
Fair.
You know what I'm saying? I went and listened to it. I'm like, he is kicking some mad game in this song. Like, for real.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I was just wondering.
If you think about revolution, in America, they're so scared that black people will try to revolt and take over this country. But if you think about the Confederacy is the only people that ever tried to overthrow America. So when America allows the Confederacy to even fly their flag on their land, it's a contradiction to even letting us free. Because once Lincoln said that he was going to emancipate black people and signed the Emancipation Proclamation, the Confederacy or the North broke away from America, formed their own country, and tried to overtake America, and that's what the Civil War was. So it's an underlying issue of how would the Confederacy break away from America, try to overthrow America, and then America still allow them to stay a part of them and fly their flag within their lands.
But can I play devil's advocate? And this is a hell of a devil's advocate, because you know what? Actually, not to contradict myself, I wrote a piece on NASCAR. They're banning the Confederate flag. You can check that out up on the Can Chronicles, PolitiKan forum. But Caleb, isn't the Confederate flag a part of U.S. history though?
5 years, isn't there a 5-year spread?
It's still history, no matter how long it is.
Yeah, I'm not condoning it. I was just laying out the history of the Confederacy.
Well, we know what
the Confederacy was actually formed.
Well, I'm just saying
when they broke away from the United States to start the Civil War.
I get it.
So
it was about. It was
why the Confederacy lost the war. They lost the war, but then they still get to stay in America, and that's why they didn't lose the war.
Who didn't lose the war?
We need to look at
who didn't lose the war? The war.
The Confederacy didn't lose the war. Right. They made a deal.
Right.
They made a deal with America, and them motherfuckers shook hands and said, you know what? We fighting over black people. We ain't even gonna give them first-class citizenship. We're gonna make some special rules and give them liberty and still keep them mentally enslaved.
Right.
So it was just a new form of enslavement. And this is what they agreed on.
That's leading till today. But you know, But in the South, I mean, obviously, in the Civil War, the South lost because the North was a stronger union. We all get that, right? So the North is what is supposed to represent America now. But is it? Because what happened to George Floyd?
The North was the Republican.
Hey, well, hold on, but I'm not getting into like the political tiers of the different parties. I'm just talking about like an overview of the war, just an overview of the war. So the North won. So the U.S. supposed to be like super liberated, quote unquote, like because that was the whole purpose of the Civil War. So why are we seeing modern day lynching if the North won? That shit was all bullshit. That whole war was smoke and mirrors because guess what? There was a lot of black soldiers that fought in the Confederacy. And of course, they're not going to be recognized. And the ones that survived, they were shipped right back down south to be slaves after war. That war was not economic. It was to build more formidable land and just to industrialize, kind of get the world going. That war right there was something. It's interesting. That's one of my favorite wars to study. It's short, and it might be short as far as like years, but it's not because it led all the way until now. And it's going to lead racism. It's a wrap. We're going to live with this until the end of time. It is what it is. Because guess what? As long as races continue to have kids, they continue to procreate.
That's as long as America keeps that Declaration of Independence, as long as they keep that motherfucking all that.
Because guess what?
Will change here, bro.
Look, because like I got a daughter, right? And even some of my views, I try not for them to be skewed. I try to stay on the straight and narrow. But I'm pretty sure, like, from my personal, like, how I am, I'm implementing, not racist things. I'm implementing the truth. But there's certain things that I'm passing on to my daughter that she's going to take on to her relationships. Come on, man. It happens. We get it. And that's why it's never going to end. It's just that simple.
Yeah. I agree with that. That's a good point, man. And, you know, like you said, these people are going to keep having kids. The numbers is already stupid. White America is 66%, black is 12%, Latino 18%, and the rest.
Why are we fighting for freedom?
Yeah.
I
can't disagree with that, man. It's hard to say.
Within the parameters. Find happy within the parameters.
It's hard to say, man. I've had that realization the other day, like, damn, like, this is, man, that's the impossible.
And it's not that we're giving up. It's not that we're giving up, but I mean, we're fighting a more strategic fight, right?
Right.
Work within the parameters. All the boycott and stuff. Okay, I get it. But those were, a lot of that was like based off of like a lot of emotion. And look, we had a lot of allies that we didn't invite in. And so at the end of the day, everything that happened in these major metropolitan cities, we're gonna have to be like, we're gonna have to talk about that. That's gonna be on the backs of us as as Black people. You understand what I'm saying? So that's why I was never advocacy for allyship. For what? We need to get internal affairs together first, and then we go fight the fight. They go fight, they fight, and we all come together. And you know what? We'll fight. Y'all been fighting. We've been fighting this. We're fighting this, and then we can see if we can intersect. But for them to hop on our train, and that's no race specifically. When we already have problems with them, we already have problems with these people. For us to invite them in, it's like, what are we doing? Let's get us together first. That's all.
Yeah. That's a good point, man. That's a good point. This was a hell of a show, man. This was a hell of a show. I really
Sorry if I talk too much.
Nah, that was good, man. Everybody contributed. Great points. So I thank y'all for taking y'all time out tonight.
Hey, can I say something right quick?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
First, I like to say on the reparation check, you ain't gonna get the check because they don't want Black Wall Street Part 2. So you ain't gonna
That's real.
That's real. That's real.
Second, we didn't talk about it.
We already got the money in the establishment to do that right now, though.
Secondly, we didn't talk about it, but it is my hometown, so I gotta say rest in peace, Robert Fuller. You know, shout out to my hometown.
Damn, yeah, Robert Fuller. He's somebody cousin that is related to me, or I can't say, I don't want to put out names, but that's somebody cousin I know, man, and he knew the dude personally, and he was just torn by it. Yeah, that was his cousin, man.
Yeah, that was my old stomping grounds. I know exactly where it was at. So
yeah,
my mom walks at that park. My daughter go to school over there, play hoop up there, Wilson Park.
Oh man.
Yeah, that's where Kenny goes in. She goes to school over there.
Man, rest in peace, Robert Fuller, man. And it's, man, we just keep seeing this shit. I gotta sometimes log off of everything and don't look at that because it's definitely creating some type of mental anxiety. So we want to stay positive, though. Thank y'all for coming out. Thank y'all for listening to What's Really Good. We're going to continue this next time and have some more shit for y'all to politic with us. Yes, sir.
Robert Fuller. So going back to the Robert Fuller, what was that in reference to? Maybe I got misconstrued.
The guy that got
he was found hanging from a tree.
My bad. Okay, Okay, my bad. I was talking about the Torrance incident at Wilson Park. My bad.
Oh, see, I mean, no, it's good. It's all happening. It's relevant because it's all happening. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy that he had it just another event.
Man, I didn't even know about that.
Something else.
I didn't even know about that one, man. Oh my god.
Bad. Oh yeah. Hey, we've been talking too much. Hey, man, that's a good show, y'all.
Hey, man, Robert, we love Robbie. Willow Jackson Music, JR King 24, Pescado Jackson. Pescado. Hey, we on, bro. Jordan Iverson, we all got shit. They all got shit coming out this year. I'm gonna keep it short though. Willow Jackson Music. Shout out to my nigga Ken. He came through the studio. See how niggas got it in.
Yes, sir.
My nigga came out. But I'm gonna keep it short. Willow Jackson music, my nigga. We coming.
This is Can Chronicles. On behalf of the PolitiKan Forum, HNS 420, thank you, loyal supporters. I love y'all and I appreciate y'all. Shout out to Zaire, underrated and overdue. Stream that now. He has his single, I Know. Shout out to Lucky, Heavy Heart. Whole album's a banger. His transitions are a banger. Talented dudes, man. Shout out to Pescado. And I'm not purposely not mentioning anybody. I just respect and love all y'all. Keep pushing talents. Keep pushing talents.
Yep. So thank y'all. We are on behalf of the PolitiKan Forum, HNS 420, What's Really Good podcast. We out of here, y'all. Good night.
Peace.
Yes, sir.
Damn, that was an emotional show.
That was dope, though, man.
Oh.
I can't wait till we can do this in a studio.